and citizens of this country find themselves in because of policies and our leaders and people that we trusted. See, I've lost my trust in a lot of things that I had growing up here. I was born here, grew up here, and I've lost my confidence. And where do you find fair? We worked our butts off as kids to build this league. And these folks, we don't know where they were then, but all of a sudden, they don't want us to have nothing.
We're talking to many-time All-Pro Abner Haynes, early 1960s Dallas Texans, Kansas City Chiefs. But, Abner, do you blame one side more than the other? A lot of people blame management. I honestly, as you just said, I'm blaming the modern-day players more than management. That's the side that should be fighting for you. We understand management only cares about management. But the players of today have to know about what you guys meant. And if they know, they don't care. Do you blame one side more than the other?
I tell you what, I don't do the blame game. I blame us.
Okay.
I blame us. When you go to, I don't do the flashlight game. That's what I'm fighting. I do the mirror game.
I got it.
And we all got to do that. We all got to wake up to what's right and quit letting other people's actions dictate to us who we are. And so I'm not going to wallow on the ground and all of that. I'm going to stand up and be a Haynes and a guy who was raised in Texas, and I'm going to try to stand up for what my family taught me. That's who I am. And I'm not going to change for that because people are doing things it's just a signal to me that, I need to get off my butt and do more. And maybe all of us need to participate. We could use the media's help, and we're starting to get it. And so that's encouraging.
Abner, in our last 60 seconds, is there anything the fans can do? Obviously, JBK, yours truly, we're pushing it on our shows, but is there anything the fans can do? Can they write to management? Can they write to the Players Association? What can the fans do?
Well, the things that the fans can do is the key to everything, because policies and laws and things like that are very important. And we need to send some folks home from our state capitals and places that is just creating all kind of problems, just waking up, being a fan every day, to read the paper and believe that you can believe what you read. And it's the everyday fan that has got to keep. And we got to step up and talk to each other and interview and help each other. That's what we've gotten away from that it seemed to have in the country when I was growing up. People would talk to each other. And now some guy who's never lived it, but he's an expert at what I should have. He haven't busted a grape. Nobody never hit him or knocked him out or give him a concussion. But those folks that suffer that, he wants to dictate to them.
Abner, we're talking to Abner Haynes, All-Pro, many-time running back, Dallas Texans. If it's okay, Abner, every couple of months we want you back on the show to talk about what you're pushing here and what you're saying, because what you said here is, I think, awakened a lot of people up to reality. And I'd like to thank you for appearing today right here on the Morning Brew.
Well, I'd like to thank them and you guys, because that's the human in me. If it wasn't for you and you guys, then I wouldn't be motivated to stand up, straighten my back out, just for myself or for my grandbaby or their grandbaby, because this thing is just beginning for us, and we got a lot of work to do to be good citizens of the United States. We got some work to do. We made some mistakes, but let's care enough about each other to stand up with some integrity.
Abner, I'll tell you what, you're a great citizen. Thank you for appearing today, and we'll have you on again. Thank you very much. Abner Haynes, the many times All-Pro, Dallas, Texas.
Guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Abner.
John, you're too young to remember, but he was so much fun to watch, and now he's so much fun to listen to because I think he's got it. Hey, we got the music.
I mean, the legendary I'll Kick to the Clock, right?
All right, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Sports Collectibles with Andy Madoc of Mile High Card Company, and something very interesting happened right here on the Morning Brew right after this on AM 1050 KCA and Mile High Radio and Passionate Talk Radio. He's JBK. I'm Fred. Back after this.
Fred, Wallin, and JBK on Morning Brew. Brew.
When you gonna learn, gonna do it till you're satisfied. Gonna learn, too late, yeah. When you gonna learn, gonna do it till you're satisfied. Gonna learn, too late, yeah. When you gonna learn, do it till you're satisfied. Gonna learn, too late, yeah. When you gonna learn, do it till you're satisfied. Gonna learn, too late.
Are you an inventor, or do you know an inventor who would like to attempt to have an invention or idea patented and submitted to industry? Well, for free information on how to proceed, call this toll-free number.
Call 800-367-6500.
InventHelp, one of America's largest invention companies, has inventor information you can have for free. Record your invention's date of origination, plus get an information brochure and other materials of interest to new inventors. Learn how to get this free information just by calling this toll-free number.
Call 800-367-6500. That's 1-800-367-6500.
Even if you have an idea for improving an existing product and don't know where to go with it, you'll want this free inventor's information. It shows how InventHelp may assist you in trying to patent your invention and submit it to industry. So call InventHelp right now, toll free.
Call 800-367-6500. That's 1-800-367-6500.
Asbestos cancer warning. If exposed to asbestos and diagnosed with mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, or lung cancer, please call now. You may be entitled to a cash award from the $18 billion in asbestos trust funds. Even if your loved one passed away due to mesothelioma or lung cancer, call because you may be entitled to financial compensation. Asbestos exposure occurred in Navy or shipyards, working in carpentry, roofing, insulation, or in the construction, plants, industrial facilities, and automotive industries. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer almost exclusively caused by exposure to asbestos. Time is limited. If your loved one has been affected by mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, call now. You may be entitled to a cash award.
Call 1-800-524-3933. That's 1-800-524-3933. Again, 1-800-524-3933.
Advertising by Truett Aiken Mears GP, Houston, Texas. Case may be referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility.
You want to put your nest egg somewhere where it will grow. Gold has given investors a 300% return over the last 10 years. You want an investment that's safe. Gold American Eagles are guaranteed by the U.S. government for weight and purity. You want to work with someone you can trust. Blanchard & Company was founded over 35 years ago. They have an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. You want an investment that's liquid in case you need your money fast. Well, Blanchard guarantees to buy back any gold you invest in with them at the current market rates anytime you want to sell. And you want someone you can talk to ask questions and find out what's right for you. Blanchard has set up a special toll-free line to give you a free one-on-one consultation and information with a gold expert. Just call 800-249-9338. That's 800-249-9338. For free gold information, call now. 800-249-9338. 800-249-9338.
There are many debt relief plans and scams out there. So if you find yourself with $10,000 or more in credit card debt and you just want the facts about legitimate debt relief solutions available to you, then call American Credit Card Solutions for a free informational kit that will tell you about your options in simple, easy-to-understand language. The kit is free, the shipping is free, and the consultation is free. Call 800-865-5013 now. No hard sell, no pressure, just a candid discussion with a professional who's equipped to help you make an educated decision. This free informational kit can be sent to you today so you can examine all the debt relief options available in the comfort of your home with no one pressuring you to make a quick decision. Call 800-865-5013 and ask for your free kit. This is a first-come, first-serve offer, and kits are limited. So call right now for your free debt relief informational kit. 800-865-5013. That's 800-865-5013. Call now.
Real talk for real people. Right here in the Inland Empire. We are 1050 AM KCAA.
Welcome back to the Morning
Fred Wallin and JBK on Morning Brew.
When you gonna learn, gonna do it till you're satisfied.
Hey, this is JBK. I'm sitting across the 3,000-mile long broadcast table from Fred Wallin, who's got no electricity this morning. Fred, what happened, man? Didn't pay your bill? What?
Southern California Edison, the entire city of Thousand Oaks. We're in Westlake Village, but it's part of Thousand Oaks, basically. Anyway, the entire area without light. So not a good condition. I'm sure as soon as the show is over at 9 o'clock Pacific time, the electricity will pop right back up. Hey, before we go to Andy Madoc, because there's so much to talk about in the Sports Collectibles field, let me throw you something. Abner Haynes, first of all, I thought was brilliant. And
he's great. He's awesome, Fred.
He made a comment that let me just throw it, it's extended a little bit. He said a lot of people who were never there act like they were there. And this is a political show as well as a sports show. When Rick Sanitarium, as I call him, yesterday said that women shouldn't be in combat. Here's a guy who hasn't been in combat. What are your thoughts about somebody like Sanitarium or Santorum who has not fought making comments like that? Agree or disagray?
You know, he's got his opinions, and I think the American people will judge him on whether he's right or wrong on the issue. I know that it works in Israel. I know there was an old school thought that having women next to you in a foxhole would be somewhat of a distraction, but I think when it's life or death, I don't think you really care who's next to you. Again, I'm lucky. I've never been in a situation or that kind of duress or trauma to be under combat conditions, so I can't say. But the American people will, listen, Santorum, I don't know what, I'm not sure what is elevating him now in the polls in these last caucuses and primaries, but, he's out there. He's out there with a few of these issues, and I hear what you're saying, Fred. Israel has been able to cope with women in combat for a long, long time, and quite frankly, think about this. Would you rather engage a battalion of angry men or angry women? And I'll leave it at that.
All right, we're talking to good friend Andy Madoc, who for many years we were doing a show together, AM Sports Cards, right here on AM 1050 KCA. Now we're also heard, of course, Mile High Radio in the state of Colorado, and of course, Passionate Talk Radio in the state of Michigan. And Andy, welcome to the show.
It's always good to be on with you.
Andy works for Mile High Card Company now in Colorado. We had Abner Haynes on a few minutes ago. What would those old AFL cards be worth in the early 1960s, or let's say an Abner Haynes card, anytime All-Pro of that era?
Sure. Well, like I always say, condition dictates value. But unfortunately, most people today, most collectors today, don't have a full grasp on, how good or how important Abner Haynes was. Most cards, in near mint to mint condition, which is a pretty high grade condition-wise, they're only going to sell for $5 or $10.
Really?
Truth, yeah. Now, if you had a graded, say, PSA 9 or PSA 10, card of Abner Haynes, it could sell for a couple $100. But typically, his cards sell, at a common rate or slightly above that. So that's unfortunate. He's almost viewed as a common player.
All right, interesting story occurred, and that's why we've got Andy Madoc, who knows as much about the sports collectible industry as anybody I've ever talked to in my life. A man in North Carolina went to a garage sale, and he bought some team inside stuff from the Carolina Panthers. Now, he's been a lifetime Carolina Panther fan. Instead of trying to resell it at a high price, he gave it back to the Panthers. Well, I mean, that was very nice of him, and it's very the ethical thing to do, and that's fantastic. But, Andy, these garage sales, you know, that's got to be some of the fun for you because you never know what you can find.
It is true that, you know, whenever I go out on a